Living with stress isn't quite funny, but there are a few techniques to help relieve it using humor. So joining me now to share those techniques and to talk about a webinar that is taking place tomorrow is author and executive director of the American Institute of Stress, Heidi Hanna, and neurohumorist Karyn Buxman. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is the time of year it really starts to kick this stress epidemic we have into high gear because the holidays are coming and everybody's like, oh, family gifts, all that good stuff, right? That's really what we see.
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny because it should be exciting. It should be good. You said all that good stuff, right? So it's like time with our family, time to celebrate the things that we feel grateful for. And yet the expectations around the holidays are so high that oftentimes we feel like there's just no way we're going to make it that, perfect hallmark holiday moment.
And so as we're all stressed out, you're telling us to interject humor and to laugh. How are we supposed to do that?
So it's very important to understand the difference between laughing at something and actually laughing with kind of the irony of just what life brings. So we were actually laughing on our way down here. We got stuck in traffic, and Karyn's actually done a whole series of these What's So Funny About books. And so we just wrote one together called What's So Funny About Stress. And so here we are in traffic, and I'm looking at her going, what's so funny about traffic? It's not so much that we want to laugh at things that cause us stress, but if you can find something in it to be silly with or even to find amusing about it, it actually reduces the stress hormones in the brain. It actually improves the immune system, and it helps you to problem solve more effectively instead of letting all the little things get to you and overwhelm you throughout the day. So I think the holidays are a perfect time. Even the irony of the fact that it's supposed to be the best time of the year, and yet it's causing everybody so much stress.
Yeah, let's find a way to laugh at it. And Karyn, you're a neurohumorist. Explain that to us, will you?
I study the intersection of humor and the brain, and we're very excited about the things that we're finding. The fact that humor has the power to heal, it has the power to influence, it has the power to connect, it has the power to enlighten. And so this is something that brought us together. We've learned that humor, particularly with stress, you can use it to distract, you can use it to reframe, or you can use it to refuel. And so we want people to think about using this intentionally as a choice, because many times we come upon it accidentally, but we're very much about humor by choice and just not by chance.
Yeah.
And if we can't do it innately within ourselves, we can't find a way to laugh or even start laughing to make ourselves genuinely laugh, how are some ways that we can externally look for something when we don't really feel like doing that?
I think that's a really important question. We talk about this a lot, that people think that you either have a sense of humor or you don't. And we really believe that humor is a mindset that you can train by being more proactive about it. So even every morning, she's my humor buddy. She'll send me just a funny image or a funny text. And so that starts to put my mind into a framework that's looking for things that are funny. So a lot of times I'll tell parents, if you ask your kids at the end of the day, what's something funny that happened to you today, you actually start to train the child's brain to look for funny things instead of looking at all of the negative things. Even with situations like bullying, you may not be stopping that from happening, but you're allowing their brain to be more flexible and more resilient to take on the challenges of life.
To use it as a coping mechanism.
That's right.
I love that. So there's a webinar happening tomorrow we want to let people know about so that they can actually train themselves to do this, hopefully help others, help their kids. Tell us about the webinar.
So it's actually International Stress Awareness Month, as if people need more awareness about the stress of their lives, but it's true. So we wanted to provide this free resource for people to learn how to train their brain to find things funny and how to integrate it into their work life, into their home life. So the webinar is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It is free. You can go to beyondfunny.org to sign up for that. And if you join us live, you're going to get a free copy of our new book, which we're putting out a preview edition of What's So Funny About Stress as well. And I also want to make sure to give you one of my favorite tools, which I always leave in the office.
We always appreciate it.
Monkeys, because I think, we talk about this a lot. We take our stress and our humor seriously. Yeah. But even something like just having a little monkey by your desk to remind you that the more fun you have, the more you can play with the challenges in your life, the more effective you are. Mm-hmm. So even if you're not a joke teller, it's not about being funny. It's really about seeing funny in your life.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of stuff funny.
And squeezing something when you're really angry and stressed definitely
That's right.
helps as well. Thank you both so much for being here. Appreciate it. And we'll have that information for the webinar tomorrow at 4 o'clock on our website at KUSI.com. Thank you both. I appreciate you making me laugh this morning.